miles. Do you feel faster this year?
I wouldn't say I'm faster. It's just like when I'm in the open field, I think I just got another gear that people haven't seen. So they're like, "Yo, Deebo, I ain't know you was that fast, but really can move."
You described last year your play as awful. How would you describe it this year?
Since coming back from injury, I can see the level of play just getting better and better week in and week out. Just taking day at a time, just to be the best me I can possibly be for the team.
Does having fewer running plays from scrimmage, does that give you more explosiveness on the receiving?
Nah.
Does Brock throw a better deep?
I mean, two people talking one time, I can't answer both questions.
You mentioned a couple weeks ago that you guys had made it a priority to get the deep ball going in the offseason. How do you think that's coming along, and how did it come together for you today?
You know, it's crazy as we worked that play at practice, that was like the last option to be thrown. And so, you know, Brock just being the quarterback he is, and just whenever he sees something, he's just going to let it go. As you can see, like, I really wasn't running like 100 miles per hour. But once I looked back and seen Brock getting ready to cock and throw it, I had to speed up. But that's just something that we work on every year in camp, and we slowly progressing to get better at it.
How much do you think adding that in more to the offense this year has made you guys even more dangerous?
I think it makes us way more dangerous because I feel like you can't just cover the in-breaking routes like they normally do anymore and got to cover the whole field.
Is he throwing a better deep ball than he did, say, last year? Because people always talk about he's got an average arm and all that stuff.
I don't listen to what the people say. I'm pretty sure he don't either, but it's been consistent.
Are you guys? You have so many explosive plays today, and in the last couple of years, you've been more of a methodical first down type offense. But do you guys have the impression when you get to a huddle that basically any play you call can be a touchdown?
Correct. It's just the culture that we have here and the guys that we have whenever they get the ball from. I mean, you can see Brock get out there a little bit, try to scramble a little bit, but from Christian to Juice, Kittle, BA, and it's just go on down the line. It's just like the culture that they built here and just what we practice on every day.
You know that you and Brandon are close and you are both rooting for each other. Is there any sort of friendly competition on the team, though? You guys are.
Nah, we don't. Nah, it ain't no friendly competition at all. At the end of the day, we want to see both of us succeed, and you know we just push each other to be better day in and day out.
You, a couple of home games, you interacted with your little boy on the field before, and those clips have gone really viral. What does it mean for you to just kind of be able to share those moments with him?
I mean, it mean everything. Ever since I had him, I can say like the level of play and the focus and determination I have for this game has went to another level because it's not only am I playing for me, I'm playing for my family. So like whenever, you know what I'm saying, get to see him out there, he having a good time, it's just giving me more energy to go out there and just make plays.
Running behind Trent Williams.
It's a lot of fun. Yep.
The first play, when did you know that it was going to break loose like that?
I mean, you never know till it does. You know, you just you kind of just read it one gap at a time and trust the guys in front of you. And that was, I mean, amazing blocking. Got a score there, you know. But that was, you know, great job by those guys up front all day. BA blocking downfield, 75 yards down the field again, which is just becoming routine for him. So I appreciated that. But that was a great job by all those guys up front.
It's like for you to take it to the 3 and then see Jordan take it the last way.
It's a very interesting set of emotions because you're like, oh, I'm going to punch it in, and you see him coming, man. I got to score. If you don't want to get taken out after a long one, you got to score. You know, they're trying to save your breath and make sure you're, you know, good to go. So I get it, but yeah.
That wasn't your idea.
No.
Have you always been good running to your left? Do you feel like a natural left runner?
Hopefully both ways. No, I mean, I never look at, you know, what way I'm better at. A lot of it just play dependent.
You and Brock sort of arrived at a similar time. In what ways have you seen him make the biggest strides as a quarterback?
Man, it's funny. I've been asked that a lot, and it's so tough for me to pick something. You know, I kind of just I try to figure out an answer just for an answer, but I don't really know if, you know, he's gotten better every week, but he started out so hot. You know, he started out doing things so well, and he's been so consistent, and I think he's the same guy every day. He's a silent assassin, but, you know, competitive. And, yeah, like he's growing, but he's also playing at such a high level all the time that, you know, if he just continues to be him, you know, we're in the right spot.
Christian, is a deep ball more of a weapon for you guys now? Obviously, it was today, but is that increasingly so?
I think, anytime you can put those deep balls on tape, it's good. It's just another threat. And we got guys who can do it. We got a quarterback who can throw the deep ball. And I think a lot of times, Kyle's so good at setting things up so that, you hit a bunch of dunk down plays, a couple crossers with guys who can make people miss in space. And then, the one to George, the one to Deebo. When you have those shots, you got to take advantage of them. And, we did today.
How does it feel to be in an offense that stuff that you guys run every week, put on tape every week, can still break massive plays?
Well, it feels great, man. It's a testament to the coaches who, those guys work so hard to dial the plays up every week, keeping it fresh. We learn new playbooks every single week, and it's challenging, but you got a group of guys who are bought in. Obviously, you have a great play caller who notices our tendencies and fixes those, and runs plays off of what we've ran in the past. And you got a lot of guys who go out there and just execute it. I think today, we were pretty sloppy today, even still, and I think there's a lot of stuff we left out there. But obviously, the win's the most important thing. And I know we got the guys who go out there and fix those.
You obviously had a massive season in 2019. Does this feel comparable? Do you feel even maybe better than that season?
Well, man, there's nothing like winning. I think at the end of the day, just the emotion you get from winning is light years above when you go 6-10 or whatever it is. It's individual statistically. 2019 I went 1,000, had 19 touchdowns. But like I said, you just when you're not winning, it doesn't feel like that. So I'm just happy to be a part of this team, and we're playing well, and we just got to keep it consistent and do it week in and week out. Thanks, guys.
Can you kind of share what happened at the end of the game there, or toward the end after your pick? You and DK, what was happening?
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. I told him he tackles really well, and then for some reason he didn't like that, and I guess what happened, and it's unfortunate, man. You got to learn to keep his composure, but happy we came out with the dub.
What did it mean to you to see Diamador kind of step in there for you?
Man, I know what Demo is made of. He ain't got to show me nothing out there. I don't want him hurting himself. You know what I'm saying? So hurting himself or hurting the team. We know what he's made of. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing to prove out there. But I always appreciate guys protecting each other out there. So that doesn't surprise me one bit.
Right, you talked about the defense being inspired by what the offense does. Did you see that today? Like when they're hitting the deep ball, is that kind of fire you guys up?
Absolutely, every time. And I've spoken on it plenty of times of how explosive our offense is, and it's just a matter of time before they make a big play down the field or a huge run. The way they started the game was incredible. I think as a team we just got to be more consistent. Today was a little sloppy throughout the game through all phases, and we still found a way to win, which is what's most important. And we just got to continue to get better.
Are you seeing a different level from Deebo this year? He described last year that he said he was awful. He seems like maybe better than ever.
Yeah, for him to say he was awful, it's like a little, hey, come on now, that's probably a little much. But the level he's playing at right now is unbelievable, and we need it. We need it from him. He's such a big-time game changer, playmaker for us. And so anytime that we have him out there on that field and the defense got to worry about, he's liable to break one for 80 yards at any point, that's one more guy that they got to worry about on top of all the other weapons that we have. So, he's been doing an incredible job. I'm not surprised the way that he works and everything that he's earned. I'm really happy for him.
You feel the defense responded. You lose Travaris Ward on the first series. Hargrave goes out. Eric's not in the lineup today. So I gave other guys an opportunity, but how did you see the defense respond?
Yeah, I got to watch it. It didn't feel like our best day, but at the end of the day, we did what was required to win the game. I think we had 2 takeaways total. I wish we could have got that third or fourth one to help the offense out a little bit. Run game wise, we had great success on some plays, and then other plays, they're kind of getting a little bit. We got to tackle better in space. Let them off the hook on some of those big explosive pass plays, and so there's little things out there. And like I said, I got to watch it to really see the full picture. But we did what was necessary to win the game.
You said several weeks ago that you guys hadn't won the grimy games yet. Does this feel like maybe one of the grimier games that you needed to win?
Yeah, I think there was some moments out there where Seattle could have came back into the game at any point. They had some things going for them, and we had guys go down, in crucial moments of the game. Losing Mooney on, that first drive was big, and guys stepping up in times that we need them to. We just got to continue to find ways to win, no matter what. But we also got to make sure that we're correcting any mistakes that we're making out there, so we're able to continue to get better into, obviously the more important part of the season that we're in. Thanks, guys.
How cool is it for you just to know that any pass you throw, regardless of depth, could end up in the end zone with some of those guys?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a part of a special group, Any one of our guys, any one of our eligibles, man, you get the ball in their hands and then they can go do the rest. Break tackles, obviously have pull away, breakaway speed. We see it every game. So to throw like a 5-yard pass or even a deep ball, it doesn't matter. We got playmakers.
Deebo said that his play last year was awful, is the way he had described it at the beginning of the season. I'm just wondering, do you see a different level from him than you were seeing last year?
I feel like he's just more intent, with the little things. And then obviously like his effort and stuff when he's not getting the ball, carrying out fakes and stuff to open up, Christian or play action pass. He's doing it right. Last year was my first year with him, so I didn't really know a whole lot. I always thought he balled last year. You get the ball in his hands and he still killed it, but he came back this year in great shape, looking good, and then has given everything to this team. So very proud of him, and obviously when you do get him the ball, he's the same old Deebo, makes plays.
How big is it for you guys to be able to beat Seattle twice in one season?
It's huge. Especially just playing in the same division as them, the rivalry and all that kind of stuff. But they're a good team, and so for us to be able to say we beat them twice in the same year is huge for us. But like I said before, we play and take every game 1 week at a time. So they were on our schedule twice, and that's how we handled it, and that's how we looked at it. But they're a great team.
Are you more comfortable all the time with the deep ball, throwing the deep ball?
What do you mean by that? Sorry.
Like today you had like 3 really nice deep balls, and that's, last year people were saying you got an average arm, maybe people weren't expecting you to throw it deep, but it seems to be more and more a part of the team's arsenal.
I feel like we've always, sort of had, shots within plays. If the defense gives us a look, we take it. And so, was I afraid to go deep or anything like that last year? I don't think so. This year, I feel like just more aware of, what our offense is and where guys are supposed to be. And if the defense gives us a look, I'm more, I guess, ready for it and aware of it. So I have taken deep shots this year. So, yeah.
Shanahan said his favorite throw of yours wasn't one of the deep ones, but a short one to Deebo that he took 30 yards. Is that yours too, or do you have a favorite?
That one felt good, just, going through the progressions and hitting Deebo. And, we talked about that all week, Obviously, if the defense gives us the longer, deeper throw, great, but we have to be disciplined and have to play with conviction to be able to go through my progressions and be willing to take checkdowns like that. And obviously, when you have Deebo Samuel as your checkdown, it's pretty good. So.
With the Seahawks play that goes for 72, you have a number of big plays. I think you averaged over 10 yards of play today. Do you guys come out of the huddle thinking like any play can be a touchdown?
Yeah, I feel like that's our mindset with this team. Like I said before, we have playmakers across the board. So if you throw outside zone to Christian, he can take it 70. You can throw a check down to Deebo Samuel, and he'll take it 50. So that's how we do look at it. We have guys across the board that can make anything happen at any time, and that's our mindset. But obviously, you get into situational football, you have to be smart and not just throw deep or anything like that. But we have guys that can score at any moment, so we know that.
Were the Seahawks sort of daring you to beat him over the top today, or were you just extra aggressive?
Honestly, the last couple of games we've played them, it's sort of been the opposite. They've done a good job of taking away the deep stuff and has really have forced me to throw checkdowns and stuff. So going into this game, we understood that. But, they still gave me some ops, and so I think we took advantage of them. So.
On the deep pass, in practice, he wasn't the usual option on that. What did you see on that, and why did you go to him on that?
Yeah, I saw Jamal Adams sort of – he didn't come down really, really hard, but I sort of saw his feet, coming down. He was sort of flat-footed, and I was all right with Deebo moving. I was like, we can get over the top here. And so took my drop. He wasn't necessarily the number one guy in the read. It was actually Juwan. But the way Jamal Adams came down, I was like, this could be a big one. So let it rip and let Deebo get under it.
Wait, but are you guys trying to?
Sorry.
Still look at the possibility of the first round bye and the top seed if you guys can just win out each one of your games?
I mean, yeah. For us, if we handle business and take it 1 week at a time, I mean, obviously, who doesn't want to play, as the first seed with home field advantage and all that kind of stuff. So I think everybody in the league knows that. We know that here. And like I said, we're taking it 1 day at a time, and everything will fall into place that it needs to.
Last one. Christian just called you a silent assassin. Would you say that that's an accurate description?
Man. I mean, I'm sort of going to not answer that. I respect that. Thank you, Christian. But, yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, guys.
You guys were able to kind of bounce back from a very emotional game in Philadelphia and go out here today against a team not playing their number one quarterback.
Yeah, I definitely expected a dogfight with them. Really well coached team. I kind of see some similarities in their mentality to us, just how they go about their organization. So I knew they were going to come out and fight. And you got to win in different ways in this league, and I think we could win in a lot of different ways. So.
How would you describe how you won today?
Just scrappy. We had a lot of guys go down. We had to pick up the slack. Hopefully nothing too bad, but just sticking with it and playing physical like we always do, and our offense is pretty good.
How do you feel like your defensive line group did with Eric out today?
You definitely miss him. That's for sure. He's a great player, but I think we stepped it up pretty good. It's hard for me to tell when I'm out there what guys are doing, but we made some good plays, and I'm excited about Kalia and JK coming along and Kevin. So.
See that there was some creativity in the alignments up front. I don't know if that was a direct byproduct of Eric and Javon being out, but there was the play where you lined up over center, and there was one where you and Chase were on the same side. Both of those were very effective. How much did you enjoy being a little bit more versatile in that regard?
I like that. Yeah, it's tough without a camp because I over the years I've been on the edge so much, and it's definitely a lot quicker and different inside, so I'm not always super confident about it. But I think if I could continue to get reps in games and get a better feel for it, I think it could be a really good change-up now that we have guys like Chase and Randy who they deserve ops, and yeah, it's good for us.
What kind of challenge was defending Drew Lock, and was it a different kind of challenge than defending Gino?
Yeah, he was getting it out pretty quick. I feel like a lot of backup quarterbacks in the league now kind of like sit behind guys and really understand the scheme. They can't necessarily do all the things a starter can, but like the play action stuff and all that, when you have really good players like DK and Lockett, he could get the ball out quick and give him opportunities to make plays, and I think he played pretty good.
You mentioned the number of guys that were kind of leaving the game in and out of the game with injury stuff. How aware are you of that, like during the game, and does it change anything in terms of understanding your rush lanes, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, you definitely notice, especially when it's D-line guys getting out. You just have to try and crank it up another notch. Me and Fred kind of tell each other like we have to step it up to make up for that, and it is an eerie feeling when guys are dropping left and right, but this time of year everybody's hurting, but yeah, hopefully nothing too bad.
A while ago, I realized in 2019 you guys kind of went through something like that on the defensive side, right? You had a number of injuries, kind of maybe scuffled a little bit. Is there anything you can take from that experience if you do have guys miss a week or two here coming up?
Yeah, it's just about the younger guys just being ready for their opportunity, and I think a lot of guys have come along throughout the season, and it's going to be, I mean, you could be the second guy or like the fourth guy in the rotation and something happens, and you're one of the most integral parts of the D-line. So everybody's just got to be ready and pick it up.
You showed a little more emotion there on that fourth quarter sack you had. You're usually mild-mannered, you're usually against your pose, but you were pretty fired up there. What was going through your mind in that moment?
Yeah, my celebrations are pretty relaxed these days, but I was very disappointed in myself for the penalties I had today, and making up for it with a play it makes it a lot better.
Go ahead, Brady. You said plenty about how great Fred Warner is over the years, and he is. Might this be the best you've played this season?
Definitely up there. I think he's going to be a lock all-pro. I think he's the best at his position in the league. He's just the best, and that's no question.
Does a guy like that get in trouble for lateraling?
I had no clue what was going on that play. I was running off the field, and then I ran back on. My helmet wasn't strapped. I'm going to get some guff for that. I'm supposed to be blocking people. We want to score on defense, and I did not help there.
What can you say about Demo and just his development over the last couple of years? And it seems like he's
Yeah, I love Demo so much. I'm so sorry for taking a pick six away from him last year and another interception this year, and but he's come so far just as a person. It's funny because people come into the league, they're kids, and sometimes this new generation of kids, not that I'm an old guy, but they're different, and it takes them a minute to understand how to be a man and become a man, and I think a lot of guys have done that.
It seems like he was ready to just get scrappy with whoever was coming at him.
Yeah, I was supposed to be on the field to grab him and pull him away like I did last week. I was too tired. He's like a little rabid dog out there sometimes.
But you enjoy him?
Oh, I love him. Yeah.
You do anything for him because
yeah,
got that.
I should get him a gift. I'm not Christmas gift. Yeah, I need to step up my shopping. I haven't gotten too much of it done yet. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe.